hang on, why is the microphone using the wrong thing? Okay, if that's working. I wish I had a bigger desk for this, I really do. Just enough room for a camera and alcohol. Right, we have the beautiful, massive how-to booklet of how to do this. This is going to take a long time, and I regret even considering this as a thing to try. First things first, I found out that apparently you also get, like, build your own tools. It's meant to be like a hammer, help hammer bit things together. Also, ooh, that's... I'm going to get splinters by the end of this. Yeah, and some of these pieces are going to be very, very tough to get out. So, middle bits out might make it easier to get out of the bit. I now see why the booklet says you might need to help cut some of these things out with a knife. Hey, Yezi. Currently building the hammer, which is made of many tiny bits of wood. And I think this is going to be a very difficult build. Like, some of these are incredibly tiny little pieces that we have to sort of like pop out of this. And some of them are a lot easier to get out than others. You are indeed a very drunk little baguette. I mean, you couldn't even, shoot straight. Yeah, I really think I might have to see if I can't find an actual like knife for this. Because some of these pieces are going to be very awkward to do without breaking. And this is just for the freaking hammer to help put it together. So, Lord knows what it's going to be like for the actual main thing. You don't go over there, you go over here. These are the bits that go over here. But at least I know there's that much. So are we're doing okay, I see where we're going with it. I see where we're going with this in terms of the fact that this is going to be a real pain because this stuff has got a very specific way to piece together. Like you can't slot this in. This is you have to slot it in from the side because all the pieces are serrated. Okay. So we've got I have a this is going to be absolutely horrific. You need to go in this way. But at the same time you have to be pushed in using the whole serrated thing. Otherwise, you won't actually fit into place. Hey, Fra. Is the question what the fuck is a hurdy gurdy? I knew it was gonna be. Go on, get in, bitch. Yeah. A hurdy gurdy is, at least this thing is this. Try and tweak the angle of it so it's actually viewable without glare. It's a musical instrument. To olden days. There we go. We have got what I can only say is seems like one of the weakest creations known to man in terms of construction implements. A hammer made of wood. Although technically, I suppose most mallets are made of wood. I do have an actual wooden mallet somewhere. It's just this is made of like laser cut Lego pieces rather than a giant chunk of stuff. It is indeed a bonking stick, and that is what it will be kept as once this entire process is done. But the fun thing is about this is I actually could really do with actually having oh, okay, I see what you mean. What we should have done. I say we. Ah, Splinter. I'm already foreseeing this being painful by the end of it. Yes, and I just noticed there. See, yes, my nails are painted green. It said we should really be piecing the hammer parts together first before attaching it to the stick. I really wish I had another. Yes, Ezzy, I did say your name. You drunk nut job. You asked if my nails were green. Yes. I think we're at a point where we can start. No, we're not. That's a court. Come on. The noises this thing is making are horrific because it just. It's wood against wood. Okay, there we go. That is some green ass green. I got it around my birthday time because I said, "Hey, mum, I want some green nail varnish. When you're around, can you find some?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Wonderful." And so she bought me two different greens, and this is one of the greens. Okay, this is wonderful. Uh, right, I think take this now. You go in there. Ah, that's where these three go. These three slot in the center as a wedge. Um, do I need all three? Because all three will not fit. 12 and 12. So what the fuck is this last one that I have in my hand? Instruction manual. There we go. We have a hammer. I could have just walked into the other room, opened my toolbox, and, you know, took out my actual carpentry mallet, which is probably a bit softer than this, to be honest. Oh well. It's only taken us 15 minutes to get to the point where we can actually start, you know, dealing with this. It's good practice because the next actual hurdy-gurdy I want to try getting hold of is about 300 quid, and there's another laser kit, like another laser cut wooden kit, and so I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to this, just bigger. So on the one hand, it will probably be easier to make. It does, in fact, it does look like some kind of wafer, doesn't it? So we carefully remove those two wheels. I really wish that it was an easier way of showing this stuff off. It basically is showing the board and then the pieces to take off for each step. So it's actually doing a pretty good job of this. So it's now saying we want all these bits are. Come on. We have that one. We have that one. And then these are the really curly bits. These are like, I mean, just look at these things. Oh, are you coming out? Are you coming out? Weird octopus shaped spindle thing. There we go. Right, so you're saying there are two arrows. They're just about visible. You will not see them on camera. I'm assuming that means that they're meant to be placed facing the same direction. I'm hoping so. It depends how well it sounds, because I've seen mixed comments on how this thing sounds. Apparently, if you can fiddle around with it a bit, you can make it sound good. If you don't mess around with it, it sounds like a dying cat. And if it sounds like a dying cat, I'm not going to be trying to learn it on stream. You are the fat end. You are the thin end. You slot in like that. My question is, does this thing have any marker indentations? No, it doesn't. As long as the crosses in the middle match up, I think it's fine for this one. So going that way, you I don't like. I'm going to put them in one at a time. Wait, hang on a minute. You seem to have completely jumped some steps here, Thingy. I'm reading it the wrong way. So let's make sure I don't do that. Oh, hang on. There's also somewhere another of these things has a bunch of tiny pegs on the bottom. Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. And I think it's saying we need 8 of them. Which does match the number of holes that are on the Gurdy wheel. Do I have another piece? I can use that random spare piece from the hammer that I had no idea what it was for. I can use to pop some of these out. The little tiny wooden pegs are meant to hold bits together, it looks like. I can put a bit more force on than I want. We have a bunch of these little gaps. Double check. Is there a specific way? I think that is. It's this way we have to do them because one end has a slightly fatter bit than the other. Oh, Frop, how could you? You're just that's just weird. And that's coming from someone that had a tuna and pineapple pizza the other day. Why are you not going in? Come on. And then for the next 7 hours, I try and put this together. Just this wheel, nothing else. It is going the it's going in the right way. It's just really not. There we go. Realise this is probably going to end up being really loud, smacking wood against wood. Good job I did not wait until the end of the day when I normally stream for this. Right, so you've gone in that side, so let's put one in this side to sort of try and stabilize it a little bit. Come on. Yeah. One of those things that by the time I finished, I'm going to need to sort of go through the entire thing and push all the joints together even more. Because some of them are popping in quite easily. Some of them not so much. Oh, I've got a feeling it's going to take more than one stream to do this, Ezzy. Ah. I hate the noise it's making as well. It really does sound like it's just going to snap at any point. I mean, I know it's laser cut, so it should be like really good, precision made. But that does not help the noise of wood scratching against more wood. Out for the 2. We've got 1, 7, 8. Then I'll slot you back in there ready to go for the next time we need these things. Yeah, when I picked this up, I really didn't realise how many, like, really tiny pieces there were going to be. I should have, because it's got like 192 small pieces on there. So it should have like made perfect sense this was going to be a lot of small bits. If the wood is trying to talk to me, I think the only thing it can be saying is, please stop, this is painful. Okay. I swear by the end of this, I'm going to have so many splinters, it's going to be unbelievable. Right, we now have a wheel. We've done this bit already. Oh, okay, I see. So one goes on one side and then the other goes on the other side. Okay. I see. So we now have our little spindle wheel. Which is the first step. This is the bit that makes it go hurdy gurdy. Alongside the rest of the instrument. And just for Ezzy, in Ezzy's honour, I got alcohol for this. Right, so next up, there is the board that has this on it. And the one that says Hurdy Gurdy, yep. So we need, looks of it, these top 2 pieces. You got all these nerds out there in the model making category and the craft area, putting together Warhammer models like some kind of fucking nerd. And here's us making an instrument. Okay, so that's those 2. And then on this one, we have this cog down here. Which is 8-1 we need. And a 9-0. Okay. And then we need this small cog here. And the big cog. And that is COG before you misinterpret my accent. I'm not cheaper. I'm not going to be talking about big cogs on stream. Oh, there's even more stuff we need to get as well for this. Is it 2 of these? Two of these really, really tiny ones over here. There we go. 2 of those. I really wish I had a magnifying glass for this. Right, so we have this. We have a 9-0 that goes on first. Is there a specific direction? I don't think so. I feel like there should be, because this isn't going on smoothly. Well, he's being a bit of a pain. So the worst part about it is you don't know quite how much pressure you're allowed to put on without it breaking. Oh, hang on. Does this work? That does work. Okay. You can just about pinch the ends together to make it a little bit easier to push them on. Mm. Again, I'm seeing a very annoying problem. I need to have a quick double check at the start of this. Is there there is a symbol guide. Okay. Wax the part with a regular candle. That's what the fuck does. No wonder it's not going on. I need to wax the stuff. luckily, I have a massive amount of candles. I have a large amount of these tiny little tea light candles that I picked up a while ago for my emergency bag kit thing. I wonder some of these things aren't going on properly. Wax it. Here we go. Take that ring off. Try and make it easy to put this on. Only the tiny crappy version, Ginger. This is not like the £2,000 one, because I'm not. If I'm paying £2,000 for one, I am not going to be building it myself. I'm expecting a fucking master to build that thing for me. Here we go, and waxed up. Please go in. Okay, there we go. That's better. Kind of. Still needs to go on more. Hang on, that's Amazon. 1 second. And we're back. I love how I can decide in the morning I need a thing, and then by the end of the day, Amazon have brought me the thing. At least for some things. All the way on. There we go. More wax. I really am glad that I accidentally have these candles. Otherwise, we wouldn't actually be able to get any further than this. Right, okay, and now that we've done that, I should be able to... There we go, get you on properly. There we go. Right. Now we're at the place we should have been. And now that I understand what in tarnation this weird symbol means, it means wax. Wax everything. And then this should theoretically go on a hell of a lot easier than it did before. Zoom in. Oh, let's try flipping it the other way. See if it's any easier. Oh, that's a lot easier. There we go. Right, so that was the 9-0. We now need an 8-1, which is this tiny one. Okay, that went on a hell of a lot easier than everything else. Okay, and now we need to wax up the other end. The first one that goes on is a number 9. Oh, that went on perfectly. And then the number 8. Wonderful. Now you go through here. Oh, okay, that's what it's like. That's what it's asking to wax. It's asking to wax the outside of that one cog. But first, let's just give it a quick sand. Then we wax it. And then you, is there a, I don't think there's a side to that. I think it works either way. You can spin freely in there. And then you are a number 90. We should not need to wax this again because it's already been waxed, but yep, there we go, that's fine. There we go. And then the small cog. And then on the other side, in the top part, we have you. Again, a quicksand. Ah, quicksand! The court! Was I the only person as a kid that thought quicksand was going to be like a really, really dangerous thing in my lifetime? Well, I know that Sheeper has thought the same. Because some of the beaches he went to had quicksand on them. So, you go onto there. Okay, you literally just have. Oh, is that what you're for? You. Oh, okay. So you are these little tiny things are little spacers. That's what they are, or little wedges. Sorry. So you go onto there. Question is though, what part is it actually asking me to? Because the only thing I can think of is asking me to wax the part that's going to actually come into contact with the baseboard. And then one of these little tiny bits goes in either end. I think you're that way. That holds you in place. And then you this end to hold you in place. We've got, I really do need to have a better angle of this. I mean, let's say this is going to be like a more than one stream thing because we've been going for an hour and we've made this much of the Hurdy Gurdy. We've literally made the wheel. It's taken us an entire hour to do what our ancestors did in God knows how many thousands of years. We have invented the wheel. So yes, we have got this, which matches exactly what the thing says. We can turn the page. Woohoo! We've done a thing. Right now we have big gears. I wonder if there's any. Oh, hang on, wait! I cannot do that because I've made the choice to put a wire through the middle of the camera legs. Let's change that. I'm just wondering, is it going to be any easier? Oh, hang on, this is unlike all the other things I have that have legs. This one is doing the like 3 extendable legs rather than 3 small legs, and then 1 extendable center part like my lighting cat. Wondering if there's a way to get a slightly better shot of this. It is not. No, that is just worse. Let's try that again. Not having quite so extended. Maybe. I mean, it's not exactly that much closer. It's just a different angle. It's also a very, very unstable camera angle. Just because my leg can knock it. We'll give it a go, and if it works, it works. If not, we can go back to having it up on the desk. Let's see. It wants this nonsense. Making sure my face doesn't go into camera. We want number 13, which is here. That and that. And we want this. Slightly beefy looking gear. So we've got the gear. We've got the weird X. We have the cog. We have a number 13 hole. Then we need the number 15 gears. That one and that one. That little circle. And one of these little circles. fill up now. Go back in there for now. We don't need the last number 8 yet. We do want those two number 5 gears. That's so many pieces to this. We've not even got halfway through the board yet. Right. We need this thing. And then we needed the last 4 pegs on this. Okay. I think that's everything we need for this stage. Let's get sandpaper and the wax ready. Oh, you know what would actually help? That I set up earlier. That I've just realised I haven't been doing for the past hour because no one mentioned it. My face. Apparently no one cares about my face. So no one mentioned it. It does help. Right, so we want you, and one of you. You're fighting a two-way civil. I mean, aren't all civil wars pretty much two-way? Oh, don't worry, Lap. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming Ginger. Because Ginger's the easiest one to blame. Because Ginger's the only other one that I know is here. Other than I don't know if Frop and Etsy might have passed out. Because Etsy was extremely drunk. At least judging by how bad. I mean, he had Stormtrooper aim in the Star Wars game, and the only way I can imagine that is actually accurate to real life is he was completely drunk. And I don't know if Frop's still here. Right, so we have number 3, we have a number 15 cog, and we have this thing. I mean, that isn't anywhere. Please tell me. It's not really Ginger's fault. Ginger had no way of knowing I was meant to have my face showing. Yeah, it would help if I actually used the correct long piece of thing, which is this. Oh, wait, no, I see what this is. These 4 go around this. Okay. I'm seeing what's going on. And I do actually want these smaller ones now. That's why it seems so weird. And thank you for liking the green nails. I also like my green nails. I did them specially for stream because normally no one sees my hands. I've also realised that the camera for VTube Studio is probably not going to be very helpful because I'm looking down and it hasn't actually got anything to sort of focus on for my face. Right, there we go. So let's strip off the extra bits of wood on here and throw them on the floor for the Roomba to eat later. And just in case you're wondering the kind of size of things I'm working with, so let's give these a little bit of a wax, make life easier for us. You go in. Oh, that's so much easier than those other ones earlier. I'm so glad we found the wax strategy. It does say at the start of the guide, I just didn't realise it actually told us anything. It's not exactly the wordiest of guides. The first page just has a bunch of random languages on, which scared me, so I skipped them. Come on, little cog. Come on. Get your ass out. There we go. Ah. Oh, wait, no, that's not in yet. That's not in yet. Come on. There we go. So we have our weird little UFO thing from this one. So the next thing it's saying is we want this, the long one, and the weird. So we want the big bits facing us. It doesn't say to wax this. Good, because it just fits in. This then goes in through the center of this. Okay, so it's saying to wax that. I'm going to also wax the edges of the peg a little bit as well, just to make sure this works right. Wax the bottom of that cog. I just had Alexa do something. I have no idea what she was doing. It also just like, it says wax this, and I have no idea what part of this it wants me to wax. I'm assuming it means the middle bit. Again, where the cog is going to actually be on and rubbing against. And then you go in the middle. And then this little bit slots on the top. Let it rip. It suddenly doesn't seem right, because I don't think that center cog should actually be able to spin freely. Oh, hang on, wait. That's what this bit is for. To hold that in place. Okay. Okay, so you. Okay. I mean, that's all well and good, but you know, I still don't get how that's actually meant to actually do anything. Putting that many cogs in makes me think that it should actually have some kind of movement inside. But apparently not. Apparently not. Okay, it does do the bit. When this turns, the cogs on the inside do move properly. So that makes more sense now. It's just I was assuming the center spoke was where the the movement was going to come from, but it's not. It's the outside, which is fine. That makes sense now. That makes sense. Not you. You. Not you. Is it you? He's 20 and 21. Piece 20 and 21. They pop out wonderfully easily. Get you situated back in. Fell off. Okay. So we want to give these a little wax. It would have been good to have told us that to do that before we assembled it, because it's a lot easier to do one side when it's not put together. And also, I am rocking the Sheeper face merch, just in case anyone, you know, doesn't believe my true love for the Woolly Boy. Okay, so what angle does this need to do? So you go that way according to the thing. The arrows point forward. Doesn't make sense because it's the only direction they can actually fit. Being a very awkward thing to get in place, even after waxing them. First, you get in. That was with them being waxed. Jeez. Hey, Mono. Let's give this side extra wax since the last one was just a pain. So arrow on the inside facing up. Come on, in you go. Need to give it a bit of a wiggle. That's the trick. And then whack the bejesus out of it. Whee! Ooh, first day of an internship. That sounds fun, Mono. What? What's it in? Oh, we're starting to get to the body part now. This is going to be fun. And by fun, I mean terrifying, because we're going to start putting this thing together. Ah, you're the IT person at a school. That could be good or bad depending on the kind you are. The one we had at school was a grumpy git. I can tell you that much. He was very grumpy. But the one we had at university was grumpy, but that was only because he didn't like us swearing in his classroom, because he sat in the corner of the room that we were in doing his IT support. And he got very annoyed when anyone was loud because he was trying to play World of Warcraft. Oh, okay, software data. That's a bit more interesting for a school sort of thing. Essentially, Ginger, what would end up happening is you'd forget he was there. Oh, what was his? We had a name. Goatee. That was it. His name was Goatee. He was like an ex Hell's Angel looking motherfucker who just sat in the corner of the room. You never heard from him. But if anyone in the entire room even so much as whispered a swear word, he would stand up in the corner and go, "Oi! Language!" and then sit back down and carry on playing Minecraft. Not Minecraft, World of Warcraft. So, oh, that's lovely. It tells us that's the inside part. That's good because I was going to like do the opposite way. So you slot on like that. You slot on like that. And you go in here. I think I think I see what you're meant to fit. Right, so you've done that bit. So this slots in. How far in does it go? Oh, that's what the fancy part is from the other one. Where is the you aren't in any of those? Where are you? Fancy looking filigree thing. Where are you? You're on one of them. There you are. Just the, just this one. The Hurdy Gurdy came from Amazon. No, the Hurdy Gurdy comes from. I have no clue where, quite frankly. It's one of those sort of like medieval instruments that it just kind of seems to exist. I mean, it probably does have like an actual. How what is, this does not help me. Um, Instruction manual. This does not help me at all. What are you expecting me to do with this? Okay, I had to move to the next step. I mean, let's Let's have a nose around YouTube. I mean, because I am aware that, you know, the Hurdy Gurdy is not exactly a common instrument, so there are people that might not actually have heard what the hell it sounds like. Now to try and remember how the hell that guy spelt his name. It's on here somewhere. I think. I'm sure I have him bookmarked. Well, not subscribed to. Or do I? I might not actually be subscribed to him. Unless, of course, it's just because at some point YouTube stopped wanting to put all these things alphabetically and just decided no one cares. There we are, Andrei Vinogradov. Right, let me pause our music for a moment. No, not Frederick Knudsen. That is not. He might have done a video on it, but I'm thinking of someone that actually plays it as a main thing. Let's see. Window capture. Just give me a generic one. That works fine. But the actual, like, proper ones are, you know, they actually have, you know, skill put into making them. Okay, desktop audio is not wanting to work. I love when things don't want to work properly. There we go. So this thing is tiny, the one that I'm making, compared to like the full size one. And I would love to have one like this. But these things are expensive. Because if I had one, I would play it on stream, and I would learn how to do it, because I've wanted one of these ever since me and my mum first heard the name of the instrument when I was like 5. Because the name of the instrument is the best name of anything in the world, and I will accept no, you know, question on that. It's a beautiful instrument, it has a funny name, and it sounds amazing. Especially in the hands of someone like this that can play it really fucking well. But yeah, I highly recommend, you know, if you like that kind of music, search up. Let me just double check. It was Audrey Vinogradov, wasn't it? Even though I literally just saw his name. Andrei, not Audrey. So Andrei Vinogradov. If you like this sort of music, this guy has got loads of him playing on it. And it's absolutely amazing stuff. Highly recommend subbing to this guy and listening to the stuff if you like that kind of thing. Because it's going to sound better than anything that I can play. Let's put it that way. You know, he's got his, you know, several thousand euro actual instrument, and I've got my puzzle box. So we've done that one. Let's fold this in half and make it a bit easier and a bit more compact. And also make sure I've got there we go. Yeah, the whole thing does sound like a joke, but you've got to remember it's essentially, think what it would be like to kind of like mix a guitar and a piano together. And that's essentially what you've got. You've got a bunch of strings next to each other. To vibrate the strings, that's what the wheel's for. So rather than plucking it or using a bow like you do with a violin, it's just one continuous wheel. So you can keep a constant note, unlike a violin, where you have to go back and forth at some point because you run out of bow to use. And then to actually make the notes, there's a bunch of keys that interlock with each of the strings. And so you play those with the one hand, and then the other hand is for cranking the wheel. And you can either go slow, fast, alternate, and it has, it makes it sound amazing. And thank you. That's the third person that's mentioned the now varnish now, the lovely green. But yeah, I just love just the idea of even just owning a hurdy-gurdy would be enough. If I could play it, especially as well as some of the people I've seen, it would be like amazing. Same. I'm pretty much at the moment. I think the green one. I've got two green ones, and they're the only ones I have that are not like falling up, into old age. Most of the ones that I have are like years old and don't really work anymore. Because obviously, I used to wear nail varnish a lot more before the pandemic, but then not leaving the house, I just kind of stopped bothering. And as I was saying to Lochner earlier, the reason I got this green is because I was going to do, when I was doing the birthday stream that involved the sewing and the almost attempt at cooking if the laptop had worked as a streaming device. Yeah, you were going to get to see my hands. I'm like, you know what? I need to have pretty looking nails for the stream. So my mum bought me some green nail varnish on the morning of my birthday before stream started, and dropped it over when she came to visit. Before I booted her out and said, I have to stream now. My people need me. And then Sheepa turned up. Right, so we have this thing. We have our weird decorative filigree thing. Which was number 20. Right, so number 26 is the long one, 27 is the shorter one. So 27 at the bottom goes here. Oh, I think I see how this is going to work. The shorter one goes on there just as a way of helping secure the filigree to the board. The longer one not only attaches the filigree to the board, but it also attaches this center wheel area inside as well. That makes sense. That makes sense. You get into there. Go on. some of these steps really do seem slightly out of place. Because this is really hard to do whilst you've got this other bit flapping underneath. So it really does seem like it would have been better. Let me just I just realised I had not put the music back on. So you would have thought it would be easier to put the filigree bits on first. Before putting the rest together. There we go. So like put that bit on and then put the rest of it together. Would have seemed like the better option. Right, so wheel facing up. You go into here. Then we want one of the long pieces, which we will get all waxed up. It's going to be just a pain to line up, to be honest. So you go into that bit. There we go. And then we turn it around and do the same on the other side. Let's get the small one in first to hold the filigree in place. That was the one on the bottom. Come on, in it. There we go. And then the big one. Then this just slots in at the back. And those are clicked in. Now, when we spin this wheel up here, the ones at the bottom also spin. It's actually quite smooth, to be honest. Yeah, so far that's not looking too bad, to be honest. Considering I'm the one that put it together. What's terrifying, though, is that we still have all of this to go. It's taken us an hour and 50 minutes to get through 6 pages of the 44 pages. I am, as they say, mildly concerned that it's going to take me like weeks to finish this. Right, so it wants the backboard for the next step. Which is a fairly easy thing. It says it doesn't even need to be waxed or anything. It just should clip on. And it does, indeed. It sounds really, really horrible. And I really wish I'd have just waxed it anyway, just to be sure. There we go. So what's the next bit it wants? I recognise that board from somewhere. It wants these 2 little commas at the bottom, the little cams. It wants that piece, and it wants that piece, but not this bit. That bit is separate. That is for later. It also wants the 2 big pegs here. Want that. Wait, no, we want them they're facing sideways apparently. These go on like that. Now again it says wax, but it doesn't say where to do the wax. It's just kind of like, I think it's insinuating to put it on the two sides because these bits are going to be rubbing against stuff. And then this bit goes on like that. And make sure that the bits are facing the right direction. That makes sense. Oh, okay, so we're actually working on the top board now. So this is where the oh, what's the words? The bridge. Oh, do a stretch. I don't have my Ezzy here to order me to stretch normally. And I am having to hunch over a bit for this, which isn't... Hang on, can my chair go... My chair cannot go down further. Right, so... It is now wanting the top board. It is not apparently wanting the centre bit there, which is good because that's what sits over that like that. And yeah, the fret thing will go over there. So what I need is you. I need this bit down here. I need one of you. I could have sworn I was meant to have another of you, but you know. Unless I do and it just looks like rubbish. I do have plenty more of them. It seems like one of them might have like got caught between the boards somewhere. Possibly even fell beneath my legs. But that's fine, we have spares, we have spare. Well, I say we have, I hope some of these are spares, otherwise, you know. I've got a feeling it might just be the one. So whatever our last one that we need to put in, which will be in like multiple streams time, quite frankly. So I'll have some time to like clean all this area up. Have that bit. We have those two pieces. Need to start putting some of these like away to the side so I've got more room to. You still have some pieces on, so I don't want to get rid of you. Do you have anything on that I need for this stage? No. Do you have anything on that I need for this stage? No. You. No. That's one of the ones that we took the big thing from. You have something on here that we need. So two of these. And then two of whatever the hell these things are. Look like pivots of some kind. Come on. Out you come. Oh, what you got? There you go. One benefit of having a skirt, it catches anything that falls between your legs. Right. That's the ones off you. Again, not anything needed off you. Last board. It's these ones. Just pop them out. That one. I've got to say, as far as, the construction of this thing is concerned, it's actually been pretty decent. I'm out of practice in terms of, like, doing anything to do with, like, structure like this, especially puzzle-based. Essentially, that's what this is meant to be. This is more meant to be like a puzzle rather than an actual instrument that can be used. But as far as it goes, it's the construction of the material itself is a bit flimsy because it is like a layer board type thing. But saying that, it's cut properly. I've not had any trouble getting like most of the stuff popped out for this. So you need to be going up. This. So that you're held together. Oh, that's what these weird, like, they're not pivots, they're kind of just like stops to hold it up the top. That goes on. And some of these things really could do with being, even though it doesn't say to wax them, some of these things really could do with being waxed. Especially this one. This one just does not want to go on. It's no indication of a specific way these have got to go on. Okay. Then these two go on to here. Oh, that's cracked. Veneers come off that one a little bit. The right ones. Come on. Splinter that's stopping this from going through. There we go. Now, assuming that these are the ways to really badly set some of the strings going, we've got that bit now. So we need these two bits. They can here. It looks like it's saying it goes from the back. And then this pops on the top. And that's popped in. Okay. So now we have those two pieces done. We'll take this and slot it in here. You are saying to Give a bit of wax on these and I can see why. Again, really would be nice if you'd have told me to do this before I put it together, because it's really hard to get the wax to the inside edges. I am going to make life easier and make a nice cut. On my candle. Then let's make sure we've got a corner to work with. That way we can get right the way in there. There we go. Once more pieces. Just once. These four. Ah, I see what we want to be doing. Turn that upside down, and we're putting these pins in to hold the bridge in place. That makes sense. Get your worth in that. There we go. That's not what I asked for. That's more like it. Go. each side as well, and that will hold that nicely in place. Right, that's that bit. Let's see. It's not, next bit's not on either of you two. Not on you. Not on you. This piece. And that piece. That piece. That piece, and then these little tiny bits in the corner. Okay. So now these bits. Okay, they do go in this direction on this side of the board. Some of these pieces are just way too small. Come on, there we go. Nope, that's not. Oh, there you go. That was in Wonka. Come on. Give you a bit of a wiggle. There you go. Again, another thing that it doesn't mention waxing, but really probably would be, at least putting them in, would be better off to wax them. Whether that's going to affect like the end thing, I don't know. Come on, in you go. There we go. Oh, and you're saying we can use this weird device thing that it hasn't told us about for the entire thing to be able to push parts out. You don't have a specific direction to go on, so that's good. There we go. We have this bit. Goes on there. Hang on, this is okay. So that goes on there apparently. Okay, some of these ones. Oh my word! This has got cogs involved. Now we need the other side of this one to start with. First thing to do is get that on. Okay, and that's freely moving. We need you. big cog. The number 47 spacer things. And the number 44 thingies. Okay. The first thing we've got next to do is these little ones on here. It says to wax the entire back of this, seems. So, who am I to argue with what the thing says? Right, and we'll take these two pieces and put them together. That really helps because we need the wax to be on the inside. How they expect you to do that with a regular candle, I don't know. There we go. So that's that in. Now we have the big wheel. These look like they're the same in both directions. Right, so that's that one in. There we go. That's that. And then these two go on the end. So, Okay, where's the next bit? Into a stretch. Oh, it feels so weird going for so long on a stream. Normally, I would have gone to sleep by now. Yeah, let's try and get to at least the end part where we actually like piece this bit together, and we can like work on the next bit on another string. So we want that one. Yep, this is the right board. We want those bits. These three number 52. These two pieces go together. Snap into place. Okay. You really just want us to like wax between every single like gear of this. Again, how are you meant to do that without? I can kind of. No, that's just not going to work. That's just melting in my hand. Screw it. It's going to sound terrible anyway. I'm not going to bother waxing it. We've got this, and then this bit will need to be waxed. I swear, I don't know how many splinters I have in my hand. Or whether it just feels like there are. Like, it feels like there should be at least a splinter somewhere. There we go. Right, so that's that. And then apparently just all three of these just slide on. That's what they say is online. First, they need to be squeezed over the edge. Oh, well, there's the first breakage. That one just fell apart completely. I suppose at the very least I can glue that bit in place. If I knew where my glue was. Under the desk, which would be annoying. There you are. yes, I am using nail polish as a way of trying to stick this together a little bit. Because I feel it's going to stick better than super glue, because this is quite pressed, it seems. So I don't know if the super glue would actually work. I mean, I'll still give it a go. Also, I've just noticed that I've done something to whatever I was doing with this nail, and it's just rubbed off a bunch of the nail polish, which is annoying, but whatever. So we want this bit, and you go into here. Oh, and this bit is like the one single piece. This. Then first of all, it's yeah. It needs to be waxed. That is not going in otherwise. I just realised if I just like replace the word waxed with lube, this is a much filthier stream. All that needs to be lubed before that goes in, otherwise it's never going to go in. Luckily, I am not a pervert most of the time. Okay. Next thing does involve that bit that had a bit of a breakage on, so before I do anything, can I find some luck? Where the hell I put my glue? The answer is probably no. I have that plastic, but that's leather. That ain't gonna. You'll probably do more than the nail varnish. The main issue I've got is I've been in the middle of like a big. I say spring clean, even though it's like way late. So I've moved everything around because I thought I'm not going to need glue anytime soon. That's fine. I can do whatever I need. kind of sensible. I would have thought. Now this is quite a difficult little thing. With a lot of figurative pictures, I might need the super glue. Maybe let's get it just in case. I didn't think that because I'm an idiot. I'm also realising how long it's been since I opened this this all-purpose adhesive I've managed to find. I'm going to open on. Yep, we have got some glue movement. As I say, it might have been the whole thing we just got turned into one solid chunk because of how long it's been since I've used it. Yeah, the nail varnish stuff just did not hold anything. As was expected to be honest. Sheepy. There's some gears for you. Oh my god, how could those youths? scare the sheep with their weed. Quick, call Ginger. He'll know what to do. Wait, no, he'll probably just like ask to join in. No, we can't do that. Yeah. Not a lovely, lovely bit of. There we go. There with your sheepy. Ah, that's what we do next. I think this might be the last step we do for the day. So this sits on top of here. These are this creaking. Going quite as smoothly as it said it was gonna. That's fine, that's fine. It's superficial. Well, I bought one of these cheap when it was on offer. It's getting there. We've got the main wheel housing is dealt with. I probably could have like wax the wheels more. And I can always, I suppose, at some point take this top part off, maybe during one of the days when I'm not streaming this. And that's just putting the side piece on. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for now. Because my back is starting to ache from having to lean over on this. Yeah, we've got a decent way towards doing it. Yeah, granted, at some point we're going to actually have a wheel on here to turn it properly rather than having to do it like this. We've got our actual wheel that's going to do the droning of the strings. We've got our cogs and everything running on the inside. Make it look all fancy, cool stuff. Like I said, the only thing I think I might do between now and the next time I do one of these, which might be probably not tomorrow, I might do some more Saturday and have a day off tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an evening stream because the usual reason I don't stream on a Friday isn't happening, and that is because a Friday is not on. And so if Yakuza Friday is not on, I'm going to have nothing to do. So I might end up streaming tomorrow night just because of boredom. But since we've done this stream so far now, I won't stream tonight, maybe. Although, honestly, I might anyway. Depending on, depending what time it is. I mean, 10 o'clock till 12, that's like another sort of like 3 or 4 hours away. So, not really that much of a fuss. I don't need to move much for this over. I just need to move my screen back and my microphone and camera back. This camera could stay where it is. I just need to, turn it off and unplug it ready for next time. And I can turn off my lighting, which I don't even know how. Does it have? No, it has a tiny bit of an effect. That's mostly not wood shaving, that's mostly wax. This bit over here isn't so much wood shavings, it's just like the little pieces. Because all the pieces are coming, they're turning up in blockboard like this. And so sometimes look like the really tiny ones. When they come off, they have like a little bit of extra wood on them to protect them. Like some of these like little tiny pieces are just like bits that have fell off. But a lot of this is just wax, to be honest, from having to use this candle to do bits and pieces. Yeah, before next time, I will have, wiped the surface down and done the usual stuff. It would be nice at some point to get a slightly better desk for practical stuff, because it's not great. I mean, I've used it for sewing, but it's not exactly much. Hang on, I heard a noise. This bot follows only men. Well, I have to get rid of you then. Anyway, for now, we'll call it quits, and we can move on to the do some stream later maybe. But for now, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat. Who else is online? Finn is on. I'm gonna send everyone to Finn. That first, and then we will send everyone over to Phineas Finalis. The utter nerd. That's it. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been fun. It's something different that we don't normally do some more stream later with games or whatever, I don't know. Depends if I'm awake enough, quite frankly. But if not, the next one will be Saturday, probably. So, see you next time, and thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.